Thank you for joining us today. The family is the foundational institution of society ordained by God. It is constituted by marriage and is composed of people who are related to one another by marriage and family, blood or adoption. My name is Hannah, and with me on the show today I am joined by Dr. P.C. Mathew. He is the National Director at Urban India Ministries, and his wife, Mrs.Ciby Mathew. Dr. P.C. Mathew and his wife, Mrs.Ciby Mathew, have been engaged in mentoring and reaching many families in India. They are the co-founders and national executive directors of Urban India Ministries, an organization committed to transforming cities one home at a time. As you watch the videos, I trust you will be blessed. I encourage you to please share the link and bless your friends and families. Today, we will be talking about relationship between parent and child. My first question to Dr. P.C. Mathew: what can parents do to nurture positive and healthy relationships between parents and children?
That's quite a big question, but I will try to answer it in A, B, C, D, E, F, G format, so that people can remember. A, I would say, is affection. Affection needs to be expressed at home. If you want to have a healthy relationship, and healthy environment should be there, and for that, affection has to be expressed. The word affection itself talks about affecting each other. We have to affect one another. So parents have to affect their children through their affection, not only through their punishment. And and similarly, children's affection also they need to receive. So a home where this affection is easily expressed. When our children are very small, when they are 1 year old or 2 year old, we try to kiss them 1,000 times. But as they keep growing older, that just reduces. And by the time they become 10, hardly affection is expressed. They're all busy with their own thing. And so affection affirms the child. So that's one thing. Second, B, I would say be there. Be there or be available for them in order that that they feel wanted. They feel they belong to you. They feel they belong to the family. So a sense of belongingness. So you can keep that B as also be there so that they can have a sense of belongingness. Most of us are so busy with so many things and we don't have the time, and we miss out on some of the important events of our children's life. If you've gone to a sports day, the child is getting ready to run the race. You know what the child is really doing? Looking all around where daddy is, where mommy is. Now, because they want that eye contact, they want to be affirmed. So being there will actually affirm the child. The third thing, C, is again communication. Communication at a deeper level need to happen between parents and children, because as they grow, we generally stop communicating, or most of the communication is at a grunt level, or at a level where we just say some facts. Study well, do that, do this. These are some of the common communication, but we don't express feelings, or we don't hear their feelings. So communicate at a deeper emotional level, which has to start very early. You can't suddenly do when they are teenagers. And then I would say, don't compare. D is don't compare. Don't compare with siblings or with somebody else outside. So at least these things, intentionally when I have in mind, really brings a healthy environment at home by which they can kind of get healthy. I want Ciby to probably say the E, F and G.
Exemplify a strong role model as a parent. If you expect your child to be disciplined, for example, in putting their clothes back or putting it in the wash, you do the same thing. So be a good role model. Do what you want your child to do, because they will copy what you do. So it's not only what you say, but even what you do. So exemplify a strong role model. If you want your child to pray, let them see you praying. If you want them to read the word, let them see you doing that. So that is very important, that you exemplify a good role model. Also, I would say family unity, F, very critical for the child to be nurtured well. If there's always disunity between us, always conflict, and we are not in sync with one another, the children grow up a lot insecure. There's a lot of insecurity in the child, and that is not good to nurture in the children. So how we treat one another respectfully, whether we genuinely love one another, they can see through all of that. And children are very able to catch some of those non-verbal things much more faster than we think they will. So remember that family unity, very critical to nurture your child well, so that they will grow up as very confident and affirmed individuals. It is our unity. The way I treat my husband, the way I respect him, the way I love him. They say that the best gift I can give my child is to love my husband. And so, family unity, very critical. And finally, coming back to the G, God-centered and God-conscious in everything that happens at the home. No matter what it is, that we will be conscious that the Lord is watching. So there's honesty and integrity in everything, and always taking things to God. I think that is very important, so that as parents we can be directed by God to nurture our children, and that helps us, because sometimes we don't know, we are confused. Sometimes there is no rules in the scripture about certain things. We don't know what to do. Those are the times we need to take it to the Lord. So to nurture our children, we have to have a relationship with God, and that helps us to nurture healthy children.
So as parents also, we need to be careful that we don't do anything that displeases God at home. Because home is a place where not only you dwell, but God dwells, and God is watching. So having that consciousness definitely, makes us to behave in a much better way and create a healthy environment.